continue to contribute. As long as I am allowed to live, I will contribute. I have collected all the remaining available scriptures, maybe 2 crore books. 2 crore means 20 million, I think, books on Hindu physics, Hindu chemistry, Hindu biology, Hindu physiology, Hindu psychology, Hindu law and order, Hindu social system, the power manifestation sciences of Hinduism, yogic sciences of Hinduism. I have collected, and Paramashiva has given me the blessings and power to decode. I have decoded and continuing to decode them. If the humanity, somebody is kind enough to give me few hundred acres in one corner of the world, with the world, revealing this whole sciences to the world, and go on contributing. I don't need anything other than 1 cup of curd rice every day, that's all. A cup of curd rice per day, over. I can go on be giving this to the world. I can add to the world. I can make the world a better place to live. Thousands of medicines are described detail in ancient Siddha and Ayurvedic scriptures. Paramashiva has given me the power to decode them, read them, and properly translate and map them to the modern day human language. And I am ready to work 20 hours a day. I just keep this library, run a Gurukul where thousands of people can learn this and share it with the world. Understand? I am only in country. If we can decode all this great knowledge, whole world can prosper from this knowledge. Whole world can enjoy from this knowledge. If I prosper, I will only create a university. I will not create anything else. If the Hindus prosper, they will only create education institutions. Because Hinduism is all about giving, contributing. If I prosper, I'll create university, that's all. Kailasa is all about university, to decode the ancient sciences and share with the world. Understand? Every day I am sitting and going on decoding on my books and writing details on my books. Whether it is making human beings manifest powers, and I have also now started downloading and decoding the science of making powers. Whether making people manifest powers or healing, in every level, life is all about contribution. most easiest, most powerful, most inspiring, most exciting way to connect with life as the form of mother. Navaratri is the time to connect with Cosmos as mother. Celebrate Cosmic Mother. This 9 days we worship Mother, worshipping Divine Feminine.
Yadumagi Nindrai Kali, Om Kali, Om Shakti, Om Kali, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti.
There are some gods, 9 unknown gods. The moment you call, they will be there. Venkateshwara, Balaji. I tell you, people give so much for Venkateshwara because he does the job. He is the 9 unknown god. There is a village folk story where Venkateshwara borrows from Kubera for his marriage and he is still paying the debt. Venkateshwara takes the responsibility of reserve to reserve. This whole story, beautiful story of Venkateshwara is an amazing concept. He is making Yaksha into Lakshmi. He is making a reserve to reserve. It's an amazing truth.
Here is the Australia Kailasa. How can I be so lucky and have a happy life in Kailasa? It's a long story. My name is, my guru is His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Since I was very little, I already wonder what life for. I really want to know the result, the reason. A long time ago, I think if I earn enough money, I will be very happy person. But money didn't. Then I tried to get the happy life in romantic love. Then the really romantic love take me go lots of place. Too many stories during this time, but I still don't feel I get the result, get the life reason. Then I start study from book, from video, from religion in many different ways. And when I study Buddha, that time Buddha gave so much intelligence to me about life. But I don't think that is enough for me. I want to be Buddha. But I don't know how. Who can let me get there? One day I found the video in YouTube, introduce Swamiji in that video. I suddenly, my eyes open wide. I get it. He must be my guru. I can get there. He can let me get what I want to know. And he can take me home, real home. This kind of feeling, then I start study from Nithyananda Sangha. one day, Swamiji SATSANG said he needed people devote land, home, money to build up Kailasa. Then I discussed with my husband, decided to give the whole farm to Nithyananda. That time, because both of us believe help Swamiji means help whole world. It's a decision, but we just discussed so short time already, and believe me, trust Swamiji so much. Soon here will be big temple, Gurukul, Goshena, and library. Introduce this my story to you, just me. Don't give up any chance to be founding father of Kailasa. It's do in your life.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians. I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that. Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, own home, wherever you are. Proper
Nithyananda, and welcome back to this segment where we'll be learning about the various offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti as an expression of our love, gratitude, and devotion. An offering is a divine gift of pure love and gratitude. It's an expression of our sacred sentiments, and it consists of giving and accepting. When the divine accepts what one offers, the offer becomes complete, and it's not made of any fear and greed, but just the pure devotion, the expression of the sacred sentiments of the devotee. And then with this, anything that is offered, the divine accepts immediately all the auspiciousness on the devotee. And when an avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela, enlightenment. So now let us see grace and compassion. Induni bhaveda karavani nayanam syat pankajavarapaja japakshara sarayuktam angahima bhushana vichitra vasanam syat tungamakutojvala manonmani swarupam. And the meaning of this verse: a moon-like face holding the Veda books on hand, jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. And this Dhyana Shloka is from the Mula Agama, Manonmani Dhyana, who is Devi Parashakti herself. And another Dhyana Shloka from Devi Parashakti, as we remember her and get ready to receive her darshan. ध्यायेत् देवीं त्रिनेत्रां शशिनिभवदनां सव्ये पद्मां वरदमपरे चाभयां चाक्षमालां दिव्यैराभरणैर्विभूषिततनुं ब्रह्मादिभिः पूजितां देवीमेव मनोन्मणिं प्रतिदिनं कामार्थदात्रीं शुभाम्. And the meaning of this verse: I meditate on Devi with 3 eyes, glowing like a moon, and holding the Veda, lotus, and gracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods, and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. All of the gifts that we offer to the divine, in all of the celebrations, and the construction of temples. In all of this, gold, the divine element of gold, is used in abundance for Sakshi Pramana for the significance of the divine element of gold, which comes from the Atharva Veda. This verse says, Tredhajatam janmanedam hiranyam agnerekam priyatamam bhabuva somasyaikyam insitasya parapatata apamekam veda samreta ahutatte hiranyam trividastvavai vishe. The translation: triply born by birth of this gold. From the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful, Apa, the watery molecules. Let that triple gold be for your long life. And gold is the divine element. It purifies anything that it touches. It is an element of great spiritual significance and spiritual power, of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and in anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. Gold is present in all the scriptures, agamas, Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, and Puranas. In all Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal which purifies our being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual fees were offered in gold bricks. To be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as rituals of gold. The streets would have huge columns and archways made. Horses and cows were banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called Hiranmaya, the river of gold in Rig Veda. The river Saraswati was called Hiranyavartini in Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years and it lasts forever. So let us see the various offerings that one can offer to Devi Parashakti today as we get ready to receive her darshan. And Devi is described as Bhakti Priya. Let us see this verse which describes Devi Parashakti's love for true devotion. It says, Bhakti Priya Bhakti Gamya Bhakti Vashya Bhayapaha Shambhavi Sharadharadhya Sharvani. And the meaning of this verse, it says Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all fear in the minds of the devotees. If there is any fear in the minds of the devotee, Devi should remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. Here it is meant the autumn of our lives when thoughts turn more and more inwards. The role of the divine is known and understood clearly. The need for Devi worship then becomes stronger. Shambhavi is the consort of Shambhu, Lord Shiva. Sharadaradhya means worshipped by Sharada Devi Saraswati. Sharvani is the wife of Lord Shiva. Linga Purana says Lord Shiva is called Sharva in his earth form. Sharmadaini is Devi who bestows happiness on devotees. And today, through the evenly offering, you can offer student devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your Kanika and the Ihundi. The Ihundi is where you can offer your token of love and gratitude to Devi Parashakti in any amount and in multiple currencies. Whatever you wish to offer, you can make the offering through the e-hundi. And The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Sankalpa chanting, the offering of conscious resolution. It is said that when one makes a conscious resolution to the divine answers all prayers asked and unasked. So let us see this verse from Devi Mahatmyam chapter 4, which describes the power of Sankalpa. And this verse says, Tayai tanmohyate vishwam shaiva vishwam prasuyate saya chittacha vijanam pushtarudhim prayaschati. The meaning of this verse: the goddess enchants this universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. So you can offer the conscious resolution that you're yearning for. And next, we have the offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu, the offering of the pure gold coin inscribed with names of Devi Parashakti. Devi is described as Nama Parayana Prita in the Lalita Sahasranama. She likes repetition of her various names. And offering of pure gold coins, you can make this offering and receive the blessings to imbibe the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti herself. You can make all of these offerings on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And next, we also have the offering of the Mukta Anguti, the gold ring embedded with pearl. And Devi is described, the splendor and grace of Devi wearing pearls is described in this verse. Muktahara lasat kirita ruchiram purnendu vaktra prabham shinjannupura kinkini manidharam padma prabhavasuram sarvabhita palapradham girisutam vani rama sevitam Meenakshi pranam to goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and the face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Devi Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. And you can offer the pearl finger ring to Devi Parashakti today and be showered by her compassion and pure love in all your business endeavors. So you can make these offerings on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And the pearl finger ring can also be offered in 3 different sizes of $251, $501, and $750. The next offering is the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower. And this verse from Kamika Agama describes the significance of the lotus flower. It says, Ashtavidyeshwaropeta Kumbha Varana Samyutam Sarve Sasutra Vastradya Hema Pankajapooshitaha Sapidannassa Kurachascha Palaprabha Snapanadhyaya Samsiddha Pramanena Samanvitaha. The verse describes all the colors wound around with suitable thread and covered with a new cloth. They should be adorned with lotus flower made of gold. And there are hundreds of scriptural references in the Hindu tradition for using lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities of worship or meditating on the mudras and asanas used during worship, and involves lotus flower, the lotus leaf, lotus pericarp, lotus petals. The lotus is the divine flower in the Hindu tradition. The Shakti of Paramashiva is also called as lotus. The place of the Paramashiva Linga, disciple of Paramashiva, is also considered as lotus, one who is about to bloom. And you can offer the gold lotus in any size and being of Devi Parashakti in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situations in life. And the next offering you can make to Devi Parashakti is the Swarnametti, the gold touring to adorn the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti. And this verse, the beauty of Devi Parashakti. Vaya Prabhajala Parakrita Saroruha. The meaning of this verse: you whose brightness from the toenails destroy the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of even the lotus flower. And you can offer the touring to Devi Parashakti to adorn her sacred feet and be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings in even the most difficult aspects of your life. And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Swarnamang Tika, the gold hairline jewelry. Devi is described as Sudha Shadabhi Varshini, she who makes the nectar flow in all our nerves from the Sahasrara. That is she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. The Swarnamangta represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is fully opened with the sacred sentiment of gratitude. And you can make the offering of the Swarnamang Tika and receive the blessings of achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and phase of complete completion. So you can make this offering and all the offerings to Devi Parashakti on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, and the Shloka 83 of Saundarya Lahari describes that the nails of Devi Parashakti have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of celestial beings who prostrate before Devi. Tamoguna is the darkness, and in the stotram, tamas is indicative of the ignorance in the minds of devotees. By constantly, and this ignorance is removed by constantly prostrating before Devi, and they attain the supreme offering. The Pratyaksha Pada Puja is a most sacred, intimate offering that is offered to the Guru from the disciples in the Hindu tradition. And this offering of Pratyaksha Pada Puja blesses the Yajaman with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Devi Parashakti and the Nijavatara of Devi Parashakti, so the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, through whom is manifesting in all her glory and splendor to bless all of her devotees today. So as we get ready to receive Devi Parashakti's darshan, you can make any of these and feeling of oneness with Paramashiva, with Devi Parashakti, with your Guru. And you can sign up for all of these offerings on the website www.kailasamailer.com/seva. The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Vastra Seva, the offering of the sacred cloth. And traditionally, the sacred cloth is offered as a prayer in all difficult and adverse situations in our life. So you can make this offering to Devi Parashakti and be blessed with all the auspiciousness and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Devi Parashakti herself, showering her grace and compassion through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism today, as you get to for you to express your gratitude and devotion on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. You can make an offering of the Sankalpa chanting, the conscious resolution, and you can make the offering of the Devi's Sahasranama Swarna Kasu, which is the pure gold coin inscribed with one of the 1,008 names of Devi Parashakti. You can make the offering of the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring with embedded pearl in 3 different denominations. You can offer the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower in 3 different sizes. You can make the offering of the Swarna Metti, the pure gold touring for the lotus feet of Devi. You can also offer the Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry that represents the overflowing nectar from the Sahasrara. You can make the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, one of the most sacred offerings from disciple to Guru. And you can make the offering of the Vastra Seva, the sacred cloth, to Devi Parashakti. And all of these offerings are made available on the website www.kailasamailer.com/seva, and you can offer any of these through this website. So let us now take a look at the website. You can see the website here, www.kailasamailer.com/seva. And here you can make your offerings for E-Hundi on step 2, and the offerings for various jewelry or sevas that you would like to offer to Devi Parashakti. You can offer on this link here on step 2. So the offerings for Devi Parashakti, all of these offerings, the conscious resolution, the Devi Sahasranama Swarna Kasu, the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring with pearl, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower, the Swarna Metti, the gold toe ring, Tika, the gold hairline jewelry, the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the Vastra Seva, and many more offerings are all made available for the devotees, to express their love and gratitude as they would wish to offer. So you can sign up for any of these offerings and get ready to receive the Devi Parashakti today as she comes to your homes to bless you and shower you with her compassion during the darshan. And the e-hundi offerings are available in multiple currencies: US dollars, Australian dollars, New Zealand dollars, Canadian dollars, euros, Indian rupees, Singaporean dollars, Malaysian ringgits, Great Britain pound, and the Chinese yen. And you can offer the e-hundi offerings in any amount of your choice. So again, the website for all of these offerings is www.kailasamela.com/sevas. And now you can make your offerings of gratitude and devotion through this website. So as we get ready to receive Devi Parashakti, let us all will be learning more about by the Devi Parashakti and by the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself as a protection for all of humanity through these times of pandemic in the various spiritual embassies of Kailasa. So we'll get ready for the next segment, and we'll be right back just after a short break.
Yes, Nithyanandam, everyone. So today, let us look into the COVID care protection centers in the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa. Today, people around the world are trying to grapple with a grim reality that the pandemic is far from over. The aftermath of current calamity promises to be more devastating. The greatest economies of the world are facing disastrous future. Countries are facing off each other in deep mistrust. COVID-19 has elbowed all of other COVID-19 variants. Less than 1% of each of the alpha, beta, and gamma strains are currently circulating. It is really predominantly Delta around the world. COVID pandemic has now killed more Americans than the 1918-19 influenza pandemic that could do it. For example, in 1918-19 flu, 25% of Americans were infected, and it killed about 0.65% of them, coming to 675,000 deaths. Whereas for COVID-19, 12% of Americans were infected and 0.2% of them were killed, which comes to around 676 lost their lives due to COVID-19. People infected with alpha variant exhales 100 times more viruses into air than the original COVID strain itself. The University of Maryland researchers suggested the need for better ventilation and tight-fitting masks, in addition to widespread vaccination to help stop the spread of the virus. So the study has concluded that 6 feet distance may really not be enough to prevent the viral transmission indoors, which means it's practically impossible for people who are living in urban, because more than 6 feet distance, if it's not enough to prevent the indoors. COVID-19 Delta variant still more concerning, says the World Health Organization experts. I think the Delta variant for me is the one that is more concerning because of increased transmissibility, says Dr. Maria, who's the agency's technical lead for COVID-19. The chief medical advisor of the United States, Anthony Fauci, he says that right now we are still in pandemic mode because we have 160,000 new infections every day. That's not even modestly good control. The US has reported 40 million cases of COVID-19 since the outbreak of the virus, with over 4 million infections adding up in the past few weeks. And you can also see here how COVID-19 has made the world less peaceful. If you compare the incidence and fatality rate over the last 2 years, you can very clearly see that COVID-19 has increased the ongoing conflict, reduced the feeling of secure amongst the public. The younger adults, especially from the age 18 to 24, they are more likely to report the symptoms of anxiety or the depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. The average share of adults reporting the symptoms of anxiety disorder, if you compare between 2019 to 2021, you can clearly see there is a threefold increase in the average share of adults reporting the symptoms of anxiety disorder. Nearly 8 in 10 adults say that COVID-19 is a significant source of stress in their life. And similarly, nearly 7 in 10 COVID-19 could exacerbate doctors' existing mental health burden. More than 60,000 US healthcare workers have contracted COVID-19, in which 300 of them have died. An estimated 300 to 400 physicians die by suicide every day. Workers who treated patients during China COVID-19 outbreak, 50% of them showed signs of depression. 40% of them showed 15% of them were depressed, especially the pregnant women. 50% of the pregnant women were depressed before the onset of COVID-19, while today 40% of them experience depression. Same way, 29% of the pregnant women used to feel anxious before the onset of COVID-19, while today 72% of pregnant women experience anxiousness. 8 in 10 students are struggling with the focus on school or work and avoid distractions. Students are interacting mostly with the parents during COVID-19 physical distancing. Number 1, for college student medical wellness, virtual face-to-face time. Number 1, 55% of all the students do not know where to go for help, mental health. Understanding the pandemic's impact on the working women. Nearly 82% of the women surveyed says that lives have been negatively disrupted by the pandemic. Nearly 70% of the women who have experienced these disruptions are may be limited as a result. The pandemic is expected to plunge most countries into recession in 2020, with a per capita in the largest fraction of countries since 1870, with all the global recessions since 1990. COVID-19 crisis have worsened already fragile situations. The International Labour Organization is more aware than ever of its responsibility to promote peace and resilience in the time of this global pandemic. The Mumbai mayor says that third wave is here. What do September's surge in COVID cases tell us? He says very clearly that third wave of COVID-19 is not even coming. It is already here. A little over 25% of healthcare workers were infected with coronavirus despite getting fully vaccinated. A recent study has revealed, giving an insight on the breakthrough infections due to the Delta variant. The study, jointly conducted by the Institute of Genomics and Interactive Biology and Max Hospital's nation, breakthroughs were far more common during Delta outbreak in Delhi than previously reported. A new coronavirus strain known as Mo, which was first identified in Colombia in January, has been designated as a variant of interest by the World Health Organization. So how do you cope up with current COVID-19 pandemic? It is very important to address the COVID pandemic, which is seeing another wave, which is destroying many more lives. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says that pandemic fatigue setting in as a result of continuous lockdown is resulting in delusional ignorance. Holding on to the delusion and supporting this pace of delusional decisions lead to delusional arrogance, which is through bhava sankalpa. Continuous lockdowns lead to delusional thoughts like, so what if I die? It's okay. I can live forever in this long term. Going out then and exposing oneself and putting risk on yourself and others with irresponsibility and insensitivity is the delusional arrogance. The global virus pandemic has left the whole world desperately looking for answers. Life as it is had been experienced even back in February 2020, no longer recognize society, faith, religion, and health. Blessed are those who had been the greatest fortune to be in the incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in their lives to carry themselves through this crisis. So you have this wonderful opportunity to join the COVID Care Protection Center. All you need to do is register through this link, kailasa.org/Kailasa KAILASA.org/KAILASACARE. So let's take a few minutes to register ourselves in this link, kailasa.org/Kailasa for you to be present in this de facto spiritual embassy of Kailasa, Adi Kailasa Nithyananda Paramashivam, for you to feel protected and safe in this ongoing pandemic. Now, making peace with nature is possible only if we start now making peace with the nature. Amidst the pandemic, 2021 can go down the year if we make peace with the nature and set the planet to healing. Health and peace are interrelated. The individuals and groups enjoy equitable access to health facilities and services, fulfilling their rights to physical and mental health. And health actors design neutral health interventions that promote trust and dialogue, and the communities are empowered to cope up with this violent conflict. That is, if that happens, then the health coverage is more universal. Grievances can be heard and addressed to generate trust around the health emergency. Taking pandemic and building resilience in fragile states required concerted international action at local, national, and global levels. As the humanitarian and economic toll of the COVID-19 continues to grow, so does the risk that this crisis can fuel new conflicts around the world, while the prospects for resolving ongoing ones. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by a common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. A new social contract between people, governments, the public sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation on income and wealth, universal benefits, and opportunities for one and all. Yoga is a practice that can be relevant to all the ages, relevant to all the cultures, irrespective of what socio-economic status people represent. It can be used to unite our complex and difficult world to promote not only healthy lifestyle, but to promote peace and security in the world. Our contemporary world is showing no signs of decline in the intensity of violent conflicts, crimes, displacement, and prevalence of a continued state of tension in many regions of the world. The geopolitical tensions, which have been on rise even before the COVID-19, have only prolonged the violent conflict, making it very difficult for the policymakers to come together and resolve their differences peacefully and amicably. The last decade witnessed the highest number of people internally displaced because of conflict and violence. Now let us look into the contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Swamiji beautifully shares that when an individual goes through a spiritual bliss, he manifests a beautiful, peaceful life for him and everyone around him. If he is powerful enough, he moves the whole city and manifests peace. He is more powerful, he moves the whole village or the whole country itself. If he is powerful enough like the incarnations, he moves the whole world and manifests peace for them. Source of the global peace in the level of Om. Now, let us look into a beautiful video where Swamiji shares about how the inner transformation leads to achieving goal of achieving the global peace. Let us watch this video.
Social answer means I'll tell, oh, you should all work for global peace, that it will stop the war and all these things. This is the social answer. Nonsense. If you want the honest answer, I tell you, simply transform yourself. You can't do anything. If at all you can do, you would have done it. Be honest. If you can do, you would have done it. You are raising this question because you are not able to do. Am I right? So let us be very clear. Let us be honest. We are not able to do socially. That's the truth. That's the reason you are sitting here and raising the question. I tell you, understand few important things. There are a lot more attached to this question. There are many things which is attached to this question. We always feel the present is the world is totally spoiled. It is not going according to the rules or how it is supposed to be. Wonderful, once upon a time, in ancient time, things were going properly, everything was well and great. And I tell you, 10,000 years ago, they found some writings. The other day I read a beautiful book about that stone writings. That writings, it says, oh, nowadays the society is not as it should be. So much of war, there is no peace. In the early times, there was so much of peace. Society was really great. Things were as it should be. And it almost looks like a today newspaper editorial. 10,000 years ago, the same thing carved on a stone. Then understand, there was no such time as only good prevailed. It is just a fantasy. Hinduism, they call it Satya Yuga, the age of truth. There was a time only, and every religion, wonderful,
Every religion has got the fantasy. The past was great. There was golden past. Always the idea of golden past exists only in the past. The more you go back, again you say the past was great. And I tell you one thing, it is a wonderful way of postponing the accepting the reality. Otherwise, I can be sure the world was same as it is today. Whether it is 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. Maybe one thing, there was no CNN channel that time. So the news did not reach you so quickly. That's all. The news did not reach you so quickly. That may be the only difference. But otherwise, I can be sure the good and the bad was equal. Good and the bad was equal. The same amount of wars were there. All the other things were there. If you read the Puranas, the mythological stories of India, you see enough of things. Enough of dirty things. I think sometimes I find a little more. And if you see, if you read completely the Puranas or the Hindu scriptures, there are a lot of things much worse than modern day. The criminal activities or bad things or negative things, whatever you say, all this stuff. And never think only present day is corrupted or violent. In the ancient days also, all these things were there. Only one thing was not there, the CNN news or the internet. So the news did not reach you. But otherwise I can tell you, enough the good and bad was there. It always will exist. It will exist. All you can do is, if you awaken yourself, if you reach the enlightenment state, you can go beyond it. And I tell you, enlightenment is the only service you can do to the society. Just become enlightened so that you will reduce the negativity. Now, as of now, you are also the part of negative group. Naturally, we will be a negative group. As long as we are unenlightened, we will be the part of collective. So if you become enlightened, at least you will reduce your weight. That's the only thing we can do. Nothing else can be done. So all I request you to do is just become enlightened. Realize that you are a lion. That's the only way to help yourself and the society. Otherwise, all revolutions, you see, all revolution again end up as one more tradition. In last 2000 years, 3000 wars have happened. In 2000 years, 3000 wars. Human beings have not done anything except doing wars, except fighting. Everybody claims he wants to do revolution. He wants to spread peace. Claims their army is a defensive army. Then who is offending? Tell me. Every country says defensive army. Then who is offending? These are all just, games. The idea of peace is a pure game. Everybody wants to spread the peace according to them, according to the other person. They want peace according to them. The other day I was in the fight. He wants peace the way in which he wanted. Not the peace alone should survive. Something like that. He has written some statement about the peace on the sword. We all take sword to spread the peace. So no revolution is going to help. Because in the last 2000 years, 3000 revolutions have happened. But still world is same, I think much worse. So no revolution is going to help. Only individual evolution is going to help. So be very clear. Instead of working in the inner world, that will help you and society some way. Social answer means I'll tell, oh, you should all
Listen carefully. The space of Shanti,
is where Kailasa grows. Listen. It is in the peace centered powerfulness is the ground, breeding ground for Paramashivatva to manifest. Please understand. Mirror reflects everything. Pure Shanti based Shakti, peace based powerfulness reflects Paramashiva. Paramashiva manifests in peace based powerfulness. Please understand. Neither violence nor powerlessness. Powerlessness is weakness. Violence is abusive. Peace-centered powerfulness. Powerfulness-centered peace. All the Upanishads starts with peace, completes with peace. Shanti mantra. Starts with Shanti mantra, gets completed with Shanti mantra. Requirement for Paramashivatva to manifest. That is why people who don't want us to manifest Paramashivatva or power manifestation do not want to allow the peace in our life or do not want peace in our campus. Understand? But only if you are peaceful, which cannot be shaken even by the demons and devils and rakshasas, we can be in eternal peace. So, remember this very clearly. Peace alters the very DNA structure, genetic structure, the core Anu Mahat. Understand? Anoraniyan Mahato Mahat. That more than Mahat. That Anoraniyan. That consciousness starts growing in you with more and more peace-based powerfulness developing. Spend more and more time, energy in unclutching. It will never be wasted. Time spent on unclutching is the most productive time for unclutching. Completely makes you altogether a different material. Understand? It makes your very biomemory, muscle memory, core structure, molecular structure, DNA flows. One, the pure conscious explosion. So totally 8 energy flow circuits exist in you. All the 8 explodes when you unclutch. Understand? Unclutching is the space of Sri Kailasa. Listen carefully. Every chanting, every prayer in Hinduism ends with Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times. Means peace, peace, peace. Hinduism is the real religion. Loving peace, living peace. Individual level, social level, global level. Understand? Hinduism lost all its 56 nations, 200 states, 10,000 kingdoms, samsthanas, is not a loss to Hinduism, planet Earth, human beings. Wherever Hinduism is practiced, kept alive, the ideal of global peace is kept alive. Just do this one simple statistics. You yourself study. Google and study. Top 10 religions. List for each religion. I can be 200% sure. You yourself will realize Hinduism is the most peace-loving and peace-living religion. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Being the supreme pontiff of the most peace-loving, peace-living religion, I give you all on this International Peace Day. Understand? It is we Hindus need to keep the global peace as a living possibility, and we need to make this global peace as reality. Just talking about global peace will not work. Working for global peace only is the responsibility of the real living Hindu. Any wants to claim themselves as a Hindu or practicing Hindu should work for global peace. Global peace is our responsibility. Hindus have the responsibility to bring global peace. So you can also throw a challenge. See, if you are making a Hindu micronation, this challenge to each one, your friends, family, 10 people, let them participate in the challenge and then let them send a challenge to others. So I welcome all the living and practicing Hindus to become founding fathers of Kailasa micronation in your countries. You can also make a challenge, like how they made ice bucket challenge and all that. We can make a challenge. You form Hindu micronation and claim, I am the founding father of the Hindu micronation Kailasa. And then you can invite your family, friends for a challenge. 11 people. You form, and so let us start spreading. This project is my message on this International Day of Peace. Let us start working for global peace instead of just talking. What the work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. This is the message. The work we do will talk for us. The talk we do will not work for us. Global peace is the responsibility of Hindus. We living, practicing Hindus, not only we should achieve the individual peace through unclutching, yoga, meditation, we should also create an ecosystem where the global peace starts manifesting. This Kailasa Hindu micronation is the enlightenment ecosystem
every living practicing Hindu to manifest, do it. So the global peace can manifest from these Kailasa Hindu micronations all over the world.
Then you can do. Yes, you can join our COVID Care Protection Center. You can register through the link kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. So this is a wonderful opportunity for you to experience conscious sovereignty in this ongoing pandemic. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has established these de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa opened their doors to one and all unconditionally for you all to experience complete protection, safety, as well as the conscious breakthrough that each one of us is striving for. So do not miss this opportunity. Please register in kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. KAILASA.org/KAILASACARE. So let's take a few minutes to join the COVID Care Protection Center by registering in this link below.
And now we move to the next segment, which is Kailasa's mission of global peace and conscious breakthrough, how the sovereign order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora, are working for global peace and to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. It is the mission of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to revive a conscious world where the global issues at the climatic, economic, social, health, and humanitarian levels cease to exist from their very root, turning the problems of poverty, hunger, violence, discrimination into powerful living through the experience of oneness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working from the very grassroots level to usher in an era of peace at all levels, individual, societal, national, and global. His deep insights into the workings of the human mind-body emotions have enabled him to powerfully and directly address various social and emotional problems facing humanity today. Some of the ways that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism provides spirits to combat the pandemic and other issues. Since the beginning of the global lockdown, the amount of contribution and by starting the Akhanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi Jnana Yajna and contributing almost 3 million minutes till date, Paramashiva Sankalpa chanting, which is a chanting of the Santra and which is meant for healing, which is done 24/7 via Zoom sessions online, spiritual healing to one and all provided 24/7, helping humanity cope up with insecurity, fear, disease by empowering individuals to heal themselves, learn to cope up with emotions like depression and tough situations in relationships, providing alternative solutions to worldly problems through power manifestation, initiating thousands every day into manifesting innate superhuman capabilities through the courtyard sessions, providing healthy solutions like a technique to clear the stomach from the Ayurveda solutions, which ultimately bring clarity to the spiritual truths and give a conscious breakthrough, and in the long term, establish self-sufficient communities. Continuing and intensifying in Los Angeles, paving the way with the new world order, starting the agriculture-based communities in Adi Kailasa and several other locations. Peacekeepers of Kailasa offering various life solutions from the teachings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Offering Maheshwara Puja to the natural calamity hit victims. BHAVA Samadhi Darshan to raise the individual conscious breakthrough. Devi Parashakti readings, the cosmic revelations. And specifically, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism spiritual solutions for COVID-19. Society was created with delusional ideas of too many human beings' blind spots and the decisions made from those blind spots. If the visionary of a civilization or country or nation has blind vision for it, the whole civilization suffers those blind spots forever. Now it is time that nature, Prakriti, resets itself. Many of the blind spots-based visions, ideas became important components of the society. This pralaya which is happening is melting down everything which is delusion-based. The world as we know is gone. Let us celebrate God. This isolation, which is seemingly endless with an unknown future, which is compelling humanity to make 100% lifestyle change, is something to be deeply dwelled upon. All problems need to be addressed only with spiritual solutions and powerful cognitions. To stop people having mental breakdown, pandemic fatigue, collapsing, depression, destruction, and also give them superconscious breakthrough and revive the enlightened civilization, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is continuously giving spiritual solutions and powerful cognitions. These include unclutching, practicing completion, practicing oneness, practicing ajapa japa of Mahavakya on Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, consciously building deep feeling connection, yoga, puja, vegetarian sattvic diet, nirahara samyama, and a whole slew of such powerful techniques and truths. It is time we all take the responsibility to save humanity, to protect people from pandemic fatigue and destruction. Let us try to enrich and enrich people for every one of these great spiritual solutions. And doing so, we can have people enroll for the various online sessions that are being conducted by various peacekeepers of Kailasa, giving each and every one the enriched to Hinduism and the ultimate truths revealed by him. And these solutions for COVID-19 are free and open for all. And we can actually invite every one of them to various of these sessions, including the Paramashivoham classes, to help people tide over this pandemic and enable them to take the leap into superconsciousness. People from over 50 countries are continuously radiating the space of Paramashiva by practicing the unclutching meditation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And many such peace initiatives have been taken by Kailasa. The life solutions based on the ancient Hindu tradition, the meditation and yoga techniques from the scriptures, the cognitions rooted in the highest truths, the lifestyle based on living and radiating the higher values of life, and powerful way of living and realizing one's ultimate potential form the foundation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's teachings, which by their inherent nature provide the foundation for peace on planet Earth. The Supreme launched the minutes meditations around the world in parallel. In 2014, just after 2 years of launching the program, it crossed over 1 billion minutes of meditation. scientific studies have shown a reduced crime rate after participation in the meditation and completion techniques. In 1976, it was found that when 1% of a community practiced meditation, the crime rate was reduced by 16% on average. The current tally on the Minutes for Peace website is more than 4.3 billion cumulative minutes of meditation logged, including all the events, programs, festivals where people have gathered in large numbers and participated in meditations and rituals. The total was staggering 409 billion minutes of peace so far. About 5,000 devotees gathered and participated in a 48-day meditation program called Shuddhadvaitam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism hosted the Kumbh Mela, USA in Los Angeles since 2007. Nithyananda Sangha is interested as the only organization to host the Kumbh Mela outside India by the Akhil Bharatiya Akhada Parishad. In September 2006, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism organized the first confluence for world peace to honor the memory of those who lost their lives saving others on September 11, 2001 at Irvine, California, USA. The second confluence for peace was held in Los Angeles in 2007 in collaboration with Vedanta Society, BAPS, ISKCON, Siddha Yoga, and other organizations. The Kumbh Mela festival spread fast to other countries, including Australia, Canada, etc. In 2009, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism organized a month-long peace walk covering 1,000 kilometers and 1,000 villages in harmony from all walks of life. To promote Pontiff of Hinduism has conducted large-scale collective meditations on September 21st to raise the collective sannyas is our social responsibility. Let us save Hinduism and humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revitalized the monastic tradition of sannyas by initiating hundreds of people into the Nithyananda monastic order. The all-renouncing monks contribute the best things and human civilization, living their life with the cognition life is for others. These monks and nuns act as harbingers of peace and empowerment for the human society, distraught with violence, depression, and other forms of life negativity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also revived the ancient practice of embarking on pilgrimages, which are spiritual journeys, taking spiritual aspirants to high energy sacred spots like the Himalayas, Kailasa, Varanasi, Angkor Wat, and various powerful temples of India. Even though prevalent in India, this practice is rapidly losing its original context, turning more into a recreational family vacation. Reviving the original spiritual context, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made it possible for modern day human beings to benefit from the spiritual energy present at these centers and accelerate their journey of spiritual evolution, hence ensuring individual and collective peace as a natural consequence. Food systems hold the key to ending world hunger is what the UN Environment Program says. The effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, the UN has noted a dramatic increase in world hunger. According to the State of Food Security and Nutrition in the world, 1/10 of the global population, as many as 811 million people, were undernourished in 2020, an increase of 118 million from 2019. According to the EAT Lancet Commission, moving toward diets with a diversity of plant-based foods, low amounts of animal source foods, unsaturated rather than saturated fats, and limited amounts of refined grains, highly processed foods, and added sugars could prevent between 19 and 24% of all adult deaths each year. The No Hunger Project, Red Home, launched by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, through Annalayas, that is food donation centers, the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa worldwide, under the guidance of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, have served over 2 million organic, sattvic, vegetarian meals so far. Giving free food to all the citizens is the economic policy of Kailasa, deriving the reference from Vedas and Agamas. Recently, the humanitarian initiative launched by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Kailasa COVID care centers in India, where the monastery campuses have been turned into a multi-layer quarantine facility to safeguard the inmates against any possible points the outer world. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has opened this service free to all people, regardless of any differences in age, gender, caste, creed, ethnicity, color, or socioeconomic status. Food, shelter, internet, and all, including medical care, are provided at these COVID care centers, free of cost and for an indefinite time. The outcome has been a splendid zero infection rate so far among the participants, a feat not achieved anywhere else in the world, let alone in India. This response model of handling the COVID-19 pandemic at a community level, along with guidelines and recommendations for governments, has been recognized and accepted by the United Nations as well. One can see here the COVID care center participants enjoying life at one of the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa, which is at Adi Kailasa in Bangalore, enjoying spiritual lifestyle and the multi-layered protection, enjoying a stress-free time following temple seva, paraseva, and celebrating festivals. The Varalakshmi Puja at Adi Kailasa, and the female devotees offering puja to Goddess Lakshmi and listening to the Mahima. And Ganesha Brahmotsavam celebrated with a lot of fervor and enthusiasm, including modeling of Ganesha, making the Ganeshas of various forms. And for experiencing all this, the COVID-19 pandemic, which is consuming practically everyone in the outer world, you can register now through the link https://kailasa.org/Kailasa-care. So let's take a few minutes now to register ourselves for the COVID Care Protection Center by logging in to this link and registering ourselves. the next segment, which is the revival of the temple science and the ecosystems based on this temple science. Now, in the times when the COVID-19 is rampant and the ancient temples are in a lockdown because of the risk of widespread corona disease, the devotees of these temples were visiting and having darshan of their gods and goddesses for thousands of years have now lost access to the same. Yet all these ancient sacred sentiments have come to a harming halt after the lockdowns have taken place. The religious fervor of the devotees is being lost due to the pandemic. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the Kailasa ecosystem and bringing all the ancient traditions of the online platforms on Kailasa TV, YouTube, and Facebook. Here, let us watch an excerpt of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explaining about this science. And after having understood the science of temples, just a glimpse on the revelations to the world by Devi Paramashivoham. 12th May 2021, Devi, they have to live, it has to flower. Few hypocrites because they are stuck in delusion. We cannot sacrifice the world. Cosmos cannot be destroyed. The ship I did to save cosmos from being destroyed, that is called Adi Kailasa. The ship I did to protect beings from Pralaya is Adi Kailasa. Because of conspiracy of Drohis and enemies' rule, the captain has to leave the ship. Before 12 years, knowing the great delusion, all Aushadhas, by this Guru Purnima, that Jnana Rasavadam, Navapashana, is going to flower. Allow people to come and take dip in Navapashana flower. People, whoever come and dip in Vaidyasarovar, they will not have deaths. They will not have corona. Crores and crores of people will come in line. Every day they will come and dip in Anandalingam. Listen well to my words. For India, I made ship as protection. The Nithyananda Navapashana Lingam and Vaidyasarovar. Go to Adi Kailasa. O Indians, listen. All those regretting losing Nithyananda Nijavatara, without confusion and without talking to Adi Kailasa. Crores will come there looking for health, Navapashana, water feast, and medicine, to get health and protection and enlightenment. To protect India from the destruction, I, Parashakti, made this huge ship. Even if captain is there, deadly corona, I myself will do all of their life work. This is a commitment Paramashakti is giving you all. I will do what I say. To save people from corona, I have set up a huge ship, Ananda Sarovar, Vaidya Sarovar, and Anandalingam. I have made it in Adi Kailasa. Go there, take water every day. The doors of Adi Kailasa will be open for all those who come with trust. It will protect body and will give conscious health. It will also give highest powers. Dharma, Artha, Moksha, Jnana, powers, Kama, and the God beyond Kama. Adi Kailasa life will give all goodness. The heavenly Bhojanam mentioned by Vyasa in Garuda Purana as thunder. Running to Adi Kailasa and preventing it is the only way. I have opened Adi Kailasa. For those who want to save their lives, all of you run to Adi Kailasa. 11th June, she further revealed, drop the foolish mind with business motive of bargaining and attain surrender and go to Adi Kailasa. Be in Adi Kailasa, I will do good to you. 18th June, she said, for saving your life, go to Adi Kailasa. Best life is there. Before corona takes your life away, go to Adi Kailasa and save your life. 5th July, Devi revealed, the soil of Adi Kailasa is a Sarvaroga Nivarani, the cure for all diseases, in the world. Paramashakti, myself, taking the form of Nithyananda as Nijavatara, walking there barefoot for many years, manifesting all powers, the very soil was converted into great medicine that solves all karmas. Taking the soil of Adi Kailash and mixing it with the water of Navapashana Lingam of Vaidyasarovar, and by applying it, all pains will vanish. Breaking the attachment to body, it will make you enlightened. Goodness is there. I told the truth. Go to Adi Kailash. And today, when the first closed their borders during a free COVID care centers opened across India include Adi Kailasa in Vidadi, Bangalore, Salem Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Tiruvannamalai Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Rajapalayam Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Puduvai Adinam in Puducherry, Pattanam Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Siragapadi Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Sripuram Adinam in Hyderabad, Madurai Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Avattipalayam Adinam in Tamil Nadu, Hosur Adinam in Tamil Nadu in Gujarat. And Kailasa rushes to aid India as India finds itself on the verge of the COVID-19 wave. Multiple free COVID care centers opened across Spiritual services and humanitarian services have been offered in all the de facto spiritual embassies across India. And at the core of all this is the support provided by the cosmic revelations on the global pandemic by Devi Parashakti and Bhagwan Iranath Sundareshwara. The free social services, humanitarian services offered during the pandemic in the de facto spiritual embassies across India include medical care in the form of allopathy, Ayurveda, Siddha medicine, infrastructure to accommodate thousands, accommodation for the multi-layered quarantine, emergency ambulances and ICU on wheels, personal protective medical equipment, food security management through food banks, and organic farming. And to remind all of us once again, join the COVID Care Protection Center by registering now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa Care.
Most easiest, most powerful, most inspiring, most exciting way to connect with life as the form of mother. Navaratri is the time to connect with Cosmos as mother. Celebrate Cosmic Mother. This 9 days we worship Mother.
Om Kali, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti.
There are some gods, 9 unknown gods. The moment you call, they will be there. Venkateshwara. I tell you, people give so much for Venkateshwara because he does the job. He's the 9 unknown god. There's a village full story where the depth, Venkateshwara takes the responsibility of reserve to reserve. This whole story, beautiful story of Venkateshwara is an amazing concept. He is making Yaksha into Lakshmi. He is making the reserve to reserve. It's an amazing truth.
Is the Australia Kailasa. How so lucky, and my guru is His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. When since I was very little, I already wonder what life for. I really want to know the result, the reason. A long time ago, I think if I earn enough money, I will be very happy person, and then life is for happy. I tried to earn money, and then I really rich, but money didn't give me happy. Then I tried to get the happy life in romantic love. Then the really romantic love take me go lots of place. Too many stories during this time, but I still don't feel I result get the life reason. Then I start, and when I study Buddha, that time I really appreciate Buddha gives so much intelligence to me. But I don't think study is enough for me. I want to be Buddha. But I don't know how. Who can let me get there? find the video in YouTube. Why? I get it. He must be my guru. I can get there. He can let me get what I want to know, and he can take me home, real home. This kind of feeling, then I start study from Nithyananda Sangha. One day, Swamiji SATSANG said he need people devote land, money to build up Kailasa, because both of us believe help Swamiji means help whole world. It's a big decision, but we just discussed so short time already. Decide. I really appreciate my husband love me so much and believe me, trust Swamiji so much. Soon here will be big temple, Gurukul, Goshena, and library. Introduce this my story to you, just me. Don't give up any chance to be founding father of Kailasa. It's the best thing you can do in your life.
Just be alive for next.
Welcome everyone. So now, Paramashiva Sayuji Samadhi Darshan at 10:30 p.m. IST, which is 10 o'clock Pacific time. So now we will be entering into the preparations into the Sundareshwara Bhava. So you today can manifest the superconscious energy of the Sayuji Samadhi Darshan of Irinar Sundareshwara Paramashiva Paramburu. So you can get ready to witness the rare and unique powerful initiation into the God equation in you to make the human being into multiverse species by Sundareshwara Paramashiva. So now let us watch a video.
Shave, shave, shave. Paramashiva, I will manifest the physics of my existence. Cognize this in your Hridaya Kasha, in the Gandha. You will experience my existence. Uncountable, visualized, assumed mathematics manifest in me, exist, get rejuvenated in me, get